I remember just feeling drawn towards adoption as a teenager, just feeling like my heart was stirred towards adoption and just really feeling like at a really young age that God might want that to be part of my story and how children came to my family. And I think that Brad knew that about me in college. And so I think adoption was always a possibility for us, something we always talked about.
It was always on our mind, but never something that I felt was the right time. But when we lost our son at 17 weeks, it began a journey, I think, for both of us trying to figure out, all right, the Lord placed a fourth child on our hearts, and He's taken this one from us, and we don't feel like we're supposed to pursue another pregnancy for Haley. So I think it was finally me, for the first time, initiating the conversation, saying, hey, I think I'm ready to do this. I know you've been ready probably for 8 years or more, but it was finally time where the Lord just said, Brad, I think it's time for you guys to pursue this. So we pursued New Life because of the fact that it was a Christian agency that really had a heart for loving not only the adoptive family and the adoptee, but also the birth family. And that just became such a huge passion for Haley and me, that we would potentially be adopting a family in this.
New Life is about 37 years old. We started in 1986. So our purpose and our vision is to minister to women in unplanned pregnancies, helping them make the best life-affirming decisions that they can make for themselves and their children.
So we started the process in December of 2018, and I think it was March of 2019 when our profile was shown to the first mom. And our profile, I think, got shown a little bit more than most profiles because you fill out a questionnaire as far as it addresses race, it addresses drug use, it addresses everything of what you're willing basically to say yes to. And we really felt like the Lord wanted us to say yes to almost everything.
So in our work with birth parents, especially birth mothers, they get to call us and contact us at any time in their pregnancy. For Jessica, in her case, she first talked to us when she was just pregnant, finding out she was pregnant, and was very concerned about what to do about this pregnancy. It was December 2018. So we counseled with her on the phone several times. She was living with a boyfriend. She had a pretty stable place to stay, but she knew she needed a lot more resources to be able to parent a child than what she currently had. So we kind of talked through all of that, but there was a period of time when she just went silent. And that's not very unusual for our clients. They are dealing with a lot of pressure, and just the weight of an unplanned pregnancy sometimes is a lot to bear. So even talking about it is hard and difficult for them. So there's no pressure at New Life. We just want to make sure they're taken care of. But she called us again at our office. We were surprised to hear from her. And she said that her baby girl was about 4 months old. And she knew that this was not what she was supposed to be doing. And it was difficult for her, and her mother and her boyfriend and her were all three on board for the adoption plan, and she wanted to move forward.
I got the call on Tuesday, December 17th of 2019. Rachel from New Life called me and she said, hey, do you remember the email we sent you in July asking about the mom who was about to have a little girl? If we could show your profile. And honestly, I didn't. At that point, our profile seemed like it had been shown so many times, it was all running together for me. And so I said, sure. And she said, well, she's back in contact with New Life. She has a little girl. She's 4.5 months old, and she's thinking that she still wants to place her for adoption.
So I remember Haley calling me and saying, hey, we got a call from New Life that there's a little baby girl that was born, and her mom is considering making an adoption plan. And I said, yeah, absolutely, we're supposed to say yes to this scenario.
Part of our story that's also a little atypical is Jessica actually didn't pick our profile. She told the agency that she did not want to pick a family, that she wanted them to pick for her. She specifically asked for a family who were Christians, who had other kids, and who were adventurous. Those were her 3 descriptions. And New Life thought that described us, and so they actually picked us. And their entire staff prayed about it and landed on the place that we were the family for Marley.
The day of placement came, and she said she was ready, that she would be coming to the office. And of course, not being able to see her all of this time, I wasn't really sure this was actually going to happen, because it's not unusual that they fail to show up to appointments or they have a change of mind again. So it's just, we live moment to moment. So we wanted to be prepared for her if she were to be here, and we wanted to have the family prepared for her.
Sandy literally texted us and said, be in the New Life parking lot in 45 minutes. And I really think that was the first time that week where we thought, we're getting a baby today. Like, we're gonna come home with a baby. And
but she came to the office, and she brought her boyfriend, and she just brought Marley, and she brought some of Marley's favorite things, and it was a very difficult time, as it always is, in the process of signing her paperwork and helping her to make sure that she understood what she was doing and that she felt comfortable with her decision and was thinking through it long term. So she signed paperwork, and then I brought Brad and Haley in from the parking lot, told them to come in and meet their baby girl and their birth mom, who they're gonna love on. And
for both of us, it was just really an immediate love for her, and she just felt like she was ours from day one. You know, I mean, it couldn't have been any different had I grown her in my belly. And so that was such a gift. I mean, I think she was in our home 24 hours, and we thought, I can't believe how much we love her. We love her so much.
Can't even fit through the door.
Sleeping, guys.
This is Marley. Marley in a well-sit. What do you think about her?
She looks cute.
She is cute, isn't she?
they did an amazing job, and just to be a witness between 2 families that are coming together under very difficult circumstances is such a blessing, and just an amazing God opportunity that we get to do here in ministry. And so Brad and Haley loved on her, and just told her how much they loved her, not just Marley, but her, and that they were here for her for life.
Wise people always say that adoption is born out of brokenness, and I think that that is so true. And I feel like the Lord broke us so we could enter into this brokenness, so we could think about Marley's birth mom without judgment, and think about her and pray for her and realize that she is a broken, hurting person. And I feel like that has allowed us to enter into a really messy process, and that's full of instability and hurt and brokenness, and just trust that that's what Jesus did. That's what Jesus did. He came down and he entered into brokenness so that we could then enter into brokenness and love people.
So I would just encourage that no matter where you are in life, God has made it clear in His Word that we are all to be committed to loving the widows and the orphans in our community. So continue to pray that whatever desire He's placed on your heart, that He would make it a reality. And I hope that as we sit here next year on Orphan Care Sunday, that there's another family or two that has made the decision to pursue foster care or adoption, maybe because of our story, but more importantly because the gospel has borne fruit in the life of the people at Redeemer Church.